Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Nxt Gen Amolytics. On today with another video of Key's prop hunt. Looking for some props we can hit on. Let's get into it. So starting out here, we missed the afternoon slate, recording this a little bit later. I'm going to skip this Toronto and Boston game because by the time this uploads, that will be started. So let's start with this White Sox and Yankees game. So you got Anthony K here, struggling with righties, 301 batting average. Low K to walk rate at 3.9%. Ground ball, fly ball rate is decent there. Throwing his four seamer almost 28% of the time. So we'll look into that first. You got Goldschmidt here, 476 batting average there. 23% barrel too, so that's good. Let's look last 30. Batting 667. 0% K, 16% barrel as well. So do like that. Saw it about 10 days ago with Suarez there. That was a lucky hit. Only 68 off the bat. Pop out there. Did have it 103 off the bat against Cantillo. Ground out with Lopez here. And a single and double. Not bad. Two balls hit over 100 miles per hour. Not really much of a sample size with the rest of them. So not bad there at all. Let me see where he's locating that fastball. Looks like he's trying to go top of the zone. Let's see. So if he misses, should be up here somewhere. Is getting towards the middle of the play a little bit too. So he's hitting that 25% barrel. When's the last time you saw that? Was Walter double, Harrison home run, fly out with Drohan there. Three balls over 100 miles per hour, so do like that too. Okay, let's look at this changeup. Really like using all these. So 389 for Goldschmidt there, 18% barrel. Like that. Rosario 250 does have a homer. Let's look last 30. So Goldschmidt 556, 12% barrel, 10% K. Nice. Seen the pitch 25 times. Got a single there. Ground out against Messick. Single. Okay. It's really just hitting singles. No extra bases except for this double against Corbin a while back. Do like him against that changeup too. It's a full season, 21 plate appearances, 389. Okay. Let's get this sweeper. He's not really getting Ks on any of these pitches, except for that slider, but he's barely throwing it. So Goldschmidt has only seen this sweeper once. Okay, not much of a sample size there, and he walked. Not much of a sample size there for anybody. We can look at this cutter. 250 against a cutter, 0% strikeout. Rosario does have a homer there. Do notice that. Have they seen in the last 30? Okay. 2 hits there for Caballero. Just saw it against Suarez. Goldschmidt, who do you see it against? Got Corbin. Not really getting off the ground there, though. Okay. Clear that. We'll look at the sinker. Just because he's throwing almost all of them, honestly. Only one. And he barreled against that. Goldschmidt might be in play for a homer here. They're all looky green here. Small sample size, though. But he did homer against that in the last 30. Against Corbin. Let's go season-wise for the sinker. 333. Okay. So it was that one homer that he had. All right. Okay. I like Goldschmidt for a hit here against K. Struggling. Really. Let's see in the last 30 if anything's changed. Righties have dropped off in the last 30 with him, so he is pitching a bit better. Has increased his ground ball, fly ball rate. Um, I still like Goldie here with the White Sox on the road. Let's go swing and strike here. Where is he at? Alrighty. So 8.4%. I do like this for Goldschmidt. So I'll take Goldschmidt for a here. Possibly a home run. He should be batting leadoff against lefties too. So like that. Righty wise for, let's see. Oh, Rodon has a reverse split there. I was gonna say righty wise, I'm going Vargas or Metaroff there. Let's look at righties. I think that, I mean, he's only faced 34 batters for that 276, so I feel like that's kind of just a sample size there. 46% four seamers, so you got Vargas 375, 12% K, 3 home runs. Do like that. Metaroth there 294, 8.3% K, 6.7 barrel across 24 plate appearances for them both. Last 30, Metaroth 400, 2 home runs, 20% barrel. Not bad. 0% barrel for Vargas in the last 30. Does have some decent exit velocities here. Hasn't seen this four seam in a while, so they must haven't been facing lefties much. Matter I did just see it on the 16th. Well, yesterday actually. Yesterday, homered on it on the 14th. Hmm. I do like he's 300, 229, 366, 371. So he's definitely lifting the ball. 29, 26, 33. Quite naturally, Meteoroth is not a home run hitter, but he could possibly go here. Full season wise, you would say Vargas 23% barrel. It is a small sample size with Meteoroth with only 7 plate appearances, but 2 home runs, his recent form is decent with that. Okay. So looking at Meteoroth and Vargas right now, to be honest, let's look at this slider. Vargas hitting the slider. They're both hitting the slider. Only 8 plate appearances against it. Meteoroth has some strikeouts there. Vargas does have a homer against it. And that homer was in the last 30. Only 2 plate appearances against it for Meteoroth there. When was that homer? In May. Hasn't necessarily got the extra velocity or launch angle to get it out of there. I kind of like them both for a hit here, maybe. Except I don't like that strikeout rate for him. Those were in April. Very small sample size, and then one in May. Did just see it on the 10th, and I do like that he's hitting that four seamer as of late. Let's look at this changeup. So Vargas, it might be Vargas here. 333 against the changeup too. As is, wow, Meteoroth is too, but this strikeout rate, let's see last 30 if he's been striking out or not. Where'd he go? 25%. So 2. Let's see how many at bats he had. So 2 there. 200 for Vargas. 0% K though. I like that. 100 degree, 100 miles per hour. I'm talking 100 degree. So 100 off the bat there. 22-degree launch angle. 20 there. So those are ideal for a hit. drawing some walks too, which I like that. I want to say Vargas for a hit here. Um, both him and Madarov look good. Same plate appearances is crazy, and for the most part across these, they've been at the same batting average too. A little bit more power on Vargas. Um, 294 against the four seamers, not bad either. I kind of want to say both. It's just Madarov has a decently high K rate there. Um, and so you got to play that as a factor. Has lowered it the last 30 across, excuse me, across 17 plate appearances. So they're about dead even on that. I could say you could go either way here with Vargas or Madarov, but I will say over the course of the year, Madarov's his strikeout rate is kind of worrisome there. Okay, let's look at this San Fran and Atlanta game. Weisenhunt hasn't pitched in the league this year. So we got lefty here. Let's look at his 2025 season. He's throwing that four seamer 50% of the time. Got Riley here, 333, 30% strikeout though. Hate that. Albies 250, 7.4% K. Eli White, Mateo. Mateo's probably gonna be at the bottom of the lineup, I would think. So nothing looks necessarily great here, especially with Riley with this 30% K. If he's dropped that down, possibly him. And he has not. He's increased it. You got Albies here, 300 with the 0% K. So do like that. As of late, he hasn't really 104.96. Actually, is getting it off the bat. Double, two doubles and a single. He's not really lifting it. Negative 18. I'm not gonna say that doesn't look like great. It's 300 across 11 plate appearances, 9.1% barrel. Which one of these was a barrel? Possibly this one. Yeah, possibly that one. That was a barrel. Okay. So it has one barrel. And then full season wise, it was 250 for Albies across 27 plate appearances. Riley has seen it the most, but that K rate is horrible. Let's look at this change up. So Albies 321. Okay, 3.6 K, 2 home runs. About the only one. All this red here. Last 30 he hasn't been hitting it though. 182. Sheesh. Singled against Riley on the 12th. That was a lucky hit. Outside of that, a lot of ground out, singled there. So he is starting to lift it though. Had 30 there. That's unlucky. At 25-degree launch angle. 1 degree, you're not doing anything with that. Some of these are missing the StatCast data. So he is kind of lifting the ball here, 15 and 12. I don't say this one with confidence. You possibly could go Albies here. Weisenhunt is making his first start of the year, being called up today. So possibly Albies here. He's the one that I look at for to be hitting lefties in their lineup. 286, 3% K against this pitch mix. So it's not Kane, should be able to put it in play. Just a matter of him being able to lift the ball there. Okay, let's look at Richie. He's a rookie. So let's go to 2026. Struggles with lefties a little bit. Throws his curveball for the most part. Let's look at full season first. So we got Reyes here. Oh, he puts it in play. 462. You got Lee here, 273. Both low. K rate. Okay, let's go last 30. So Array is only 2 plate appearances last 30 against that. Still 0% K. And you got Lee 33%. K there, probably 1K and one hit there. Okay, that's against the curveball. Just throwing the curveball and the four seam and changeup about even. So this is the four seamer. Lee 388. Array is 378. Still both low K percentages, so they're gonna put it in play. It's a matter of it dropping down. Lee, she's 529, 17 plate appearances. I do like this 457 for Reyes across 37 plate appearances of this four seamer to righties, though. Tripled against Brown a couple days ago. That was ideal launch angle for sure. Just had it increase the exit velocity. Some decent contact here for Reyes. You don't expect that much, like as far as them hitting it hard. Got a couple doubles here, triple. Not bad at all. Lee across 17 plate appearances. The exit velocity is not necessary there. Does have the launch angle though. Is in the ball ideal there. 23, 36, 36, 25, 26, 31. Could go either way with that one. I will say I like Reyes has some more plate appearances there in the last 30 against that four seamer. Back to full season changeup. Lee 375. Reyes is not hitting that changeup at all. 154 across 28 plate appearances. Okay. That is the third pitch, though. I do still like that he's not K'ing, though. You don't got to worry about that. It's just a matter of him putting in play. So last 30. So 231 last 30. Lee 750 across 4 plate appearances. That's ideal there against Cabrera. 98, 27-degree launch angle. 23, 34, 17. Two doubles last 30 and a single. Okay, couple over 300 feet. Lee, what's Lee been doing against this changeup? 3 singles. So that's really not for power anyway. Okay. I lean Reyes here. Just plate appearances wise on that four seamer. I like that. You can say Lee too, honestly. Smaller sample size. However, he's hitting each the curve, the four seamer, and the changeup too. Neither of them K much. You know, both at 2% and 2.6% across this entire pitch mix in the last 30. So I like a Reyes for a hit, and I will say you can add on Lee in this spot too. He should be batting about 5th, more than likely. Okay. Don't really like anything here at all. Terrain strikeout rate gives me here like Gavin Williams is, allowing some barrel to lefties, but Terrain's not necessarily a power hitter. He did go yard yesterday though. He's not someone I'm necessarily looking at for power. Sprout, Cleveland, I really don't care for their offense at all, so I'm gonna skip this game. You got Sullivan here, rookie, hasn't pitched much. He just pitched his first game, so it is a very small sample size. He is using this four seam quite a bit, only 31 pitches, so it's kind of hard to know what he's necessarily going to do. Here you got Bregman 409 across 24 plate appearances, so not bad at all. And then 286 for Horner here across 32. Let's go last 30. So Bregman's still 400 across 10 plate appearances, so I do like that. A horn's dropped off there. So 400. Let's see how you got there. So single against Springs. Line out, single, fly out, single. So mostly singles. Just getting it in play. Couple over 300 feet. So not bad at all. Yeah, Suzuki. If you want to play home run wise, it does look like he's not getting ground ball. So possibly Suzuki for a homer there. You can look at this curve real quick. Well, not curve, cutter. Full season wise, none of them really have seen that. Horner 500, Suzuki 500. Very small sample sizes. Couple barrels there, Cross Half and Kelly. So nothing really there. Do this change up a little bit. Maybe cool on this one. I expect him, young pitcher on the road. I expect him to lean on that four seamer. So possibly Bregman, he's not striking out to this change up either. He's just not hitting it. So if you're not striking out, you have more of a chance to get a hit there. So I really cool in this game. Not enough of a sample size of Sullivan to get a good read here. However, I will say Bregman's not striking out to that changeup or the four seamer. He's hitting that four seamer 400 over the course of the past 30 days. Assad struggles with lefties, but I'm gonna go through this real fast. I don't really care for the lefties on Colorado. Let's go full season. Let's look at this four seamer real quick. We got Rumfield here. I think he homered yesterday. Johnston 373 across 64 plate appearances. 302 there, 298. So they're hitting the four seamer decently well. Let's look at 30 days. Castro 300. McCarthy 345. I did take McCarthy before facing somebody that throws a four seamer a decent amount. So 345 for McCarthy there, possibly. 283. Yeah, he has increased it. Let's look at this sinker real quick. 333 for McCarthy. 20% K, 12% barrel. So not bad at all. Let's look at last 30. 273. So he has some Ks in the last 30. Saw it yesterday twice, singled off of it both times. Does have a homer. Couple flyouts here. Struck out against Urena. How fast is Assad? 93. It's been seeing about, except for this Madden here, 95, 94 and up, really. Okay. Not horrible at all. Not seeing that cutter. 25% strikeout. Yeah, I may lean away from this. Possibly McCarthy. He's about the only lefty that I trust in that lineup, to be honest. Let's move on. You got Bradish here. It's like he struggled. He has a reverse split with righties. You got this slide. Hold on, let me do the slider first. So Julio, 306, across 41 plate appearances. So I do like that. 313 over 19 plate appearances. That's good too. Okay, let's go sinker. 280, 3% strikeout. That's last 30. Let me look over the last season though. So about the same, really, and he's dropped that K percentage a little bit too. Just saw it yesterday. Saw it twice yesterday. He had to see it against Brad. Okay, he did. 107 off the bat, 7-degree launch angle. Not bad. Okay. J-Rod looks decent here. And let me look at this slider recently. When's the last time you seen it? Saw it yesterday against Young. 93 miles per hour off the bat. 38 launch angle. Not bad here. I may say J-Rod's decent here. Look at this curveball real quick. Only 2 plate appearances against that recently. Hasn't been hitting at 40% K. You gotta worry about the strikeouts with J-Rod. I will say he looks decent here for a hit. Just gotta watch out for Bradish utilizing that curveball, 31% K. Go lefty real quick. Throwing the sinker. Crawford 368, 4% K. Do like that. Okay, let's go last 30. He's been out though, so he might not have a lot of plate appearances. Yeah, I assume so. 4 plate appearances there, but still hitting it. Let's go curveball. Striking out a lot to that. Only 8 plate appearances though. They're all striking out towards it. Bradish could have a decent amount of Ks here. Yeah, three strikeouts for him there. And the four seamer, Crawford 271, 12%. Okay, do like that. And then 250, 21%. I'll say I trust J-Rod there, possibly Crawford though.